So yeah, much more expansive levels now with much more going on in them. You ain't got just your girly little get the dragons and the gems anymore, no sir.
And in fact, even the hub worlds here are quite a bit bigger. There's like double the amount of levels as opposed to the original Spyro. But then again, it goes back to there's only 3 hub worlds instead.
There you go.
Roughly evens out, but I'd say in general this game is bigger.
More gems. Good, 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 good. I don't know how I'm gonna pace this playthrough on YouTube. Like, editing-wise, I've got an idea. Maybe I'll just do a couple of levels apart.
Well, I think it makes sense to kind of do, because each of the hub worlds is kind of broken into sections. Like, you do have the first section of this world, which is Glimmer, Colossus, and Idle Springs. Whereas here, it's like, now that you swam in, you now can go to the other 3 worlds or so.
Oh, and keep collecting those orbs, too. The professor thinks they will help you get back to the dragon world.
Also, he just likes them, so... Spit spot, bitch, let's go.
He's like, yes, they'll help you get to the dragon world, of course. They definitely don't power my super secret thingy.
Top of this wall. You could probably get it, but you'll have to learn how to climb first.
That comes in the second hub world, so I guess we'll come back.
Yep.
Your game camera is currently in passive mode. This mode requires you to manually control the camera.
Hunter, what are you talking about?
If you like, I can change the game camera to use active mode. In active mode, the camera adjusts itself based on your movement.
I have magic, you see.
Okay.
Spyro's like, what are you talking about?
By using the options menu.
What is an options menu? What is a charge button?
So I am a bit sad that one of the things that I thought would be a really neat sort of addition that Toys for Bob could have added but didn't would be the Japanese Spyro 1 camera. Have you seen what Spyro 1 looks like in Japanese?
Oh, I have, and it's something, alright.
It's wild. It's a whole different video game. It's like kind of top-down. It looks like Metal Gear Solid 1. So it's like, it's weird and different and it's fixed and it's honestly really kind of a neat sort of thing. I wish they included that as an option, even if it is like actually horrible to play. But even just as a thing to be like, hey, look, we got the definitive Spyro experience, but sadly they're not in. Along with, there's no dragonfly eggs in this. Have you heard about the dragonfly eggs?
The dragonfly eggs?
So the dragonfly eggs were a series of collectibles that were also included in the levels, but would only be active if you had a pocket station added on. So because the pocket station didn't do too hot, you know, not many people knew about them. In fact, I didn't know about them till I Googled it. But it was something that if you wanted to get some more collectibles, you could use that. Those are not in this version.
Ah, that's a shame.
Again, it's like, I like the idea of these remasters being like the definitive versions with everything put in. So it's, I look at that, I'm like, I just wanted a bit more, but of course, that's me being a greedy, grubby gamer, of course.
Let's just ignore the fact that she fucking teleported.
Oh yeah, no, they're in the hub worlds about like 6 or 7 times each.
It's kind of crazy. Now, there's like 2 levels back to back here that we just can't 100%, sadly.
First one being Sunny Beach.
I like this one, it's pretty chill.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of water levels, of course, because they made it so that, you know, you can swim and stuff. They would obviously do that. I find most of them being really good. There's 1 or 2 that I'm not a big fan of, but I like this one, and they made these guys look a bit less like just living suits of diving suits and more like actual things.
Thanks for not saying a living suit of flesh.
Hi, Spyro. It's a good thing you're here.
I have imprisoned all the non-sapient turtles. They will do our bidding for us.
This is worrying. I don't know if you know this, but a turtle shell is literally its backbone, so that dude is sitting on his backbone.
I'm pretty sure that's not how it works for the sapient ones.
Of course, they run by a different rule than the enslaved ones down here.
And look, Jesus, I can't take you anywhere without some sort of fucking SPEU Hermione event going down. Well, at least I'm getting treasure by the fuck ton and whatnot. Nice.
Yeah, obviously, to get here, you need the dive, so every world going forward will have dive be required to move on. That's kind of what they do. They'll gate off an area and say, like, you know, you need to get this power before you can go on, and then every world past that point will use that power as a mandatory thing as opposed to an optional.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
And that's good game design.
That's good game design. I don't know why I just repeated what you said, but more immaturely. I'm sorry about that.
See, I took it as like a little jingle, you know, like whenever someone on like a game show says like, you know, and that's the daily double, and then you see daily double, and it like flashes up and stuff.
Oh my god, these guys are a lot more squish-faced.
Yeah. They were just regular sort of just large penguins in the original, and now they are kind of got more chins than I would have expected.
Yeah, godless abominations, that's what they are.
More chins than I expected, being one, because they certainly didn't have a chin in the original.
There you go, there you go. Oi, get the letter.
So this is kind of like an escort mission, but thankfully you don't really have to worry about, you know, them not dying or anything. Instead, you just have these turtles. You gotta flame them into going into the switches. Be careful. You can flame the turtle to walking away. That pushes you into a wall, and then you die. Though, of course, when speedrunners see that, they rub their hands and go, now we can do fun stuff with that. But you know, for us, might not be good. So always flame behind him.
What a bizarre tiki head.
It looks slightly like the Awesome Face. I wonder if there was a memer on the art staff.
Don't recall that.
Strange. Maybe that starfish was just like the art I draw online.
Just like it indeed. I'll add you all to a fucking list.
The water workers have captured most of our baby turtles, and the boxes they put them in are incredibly strong. With a more powerful flame attack, maybe you could break open the boxes and release them.
Alright, you got it. But first, treasure.
The super flame is gettable now from using these portals here, but of course we need to have 11 enemy souls, so let us continue to murder them all.
I shall. Spyro loves this shit. He lives for it. And that was the first hit we took in the playthrough.
Yeah, and that range was kind of whack. Like, that was really far.
Alright, super flame time, baby.
Yeah, we have these boxes here that we need to get. Thankfully, once they're out, so if you run out of your fire breath, you can just go back and get more. It's not like it has to be consecutive. There are some missions where it's like you have to do everything perfectly in one run, but there's others where it's like, nah, you're good. Just get it.
Basically.
Is it me, or is his fire mode a bit different looking than even Spyro 1?
Maybe a little. I honestly can't recall. I mean, it's only been like a week since we did the playthrough.
I think his in the original was like more like purple, kind of like light purple lines, where these look more like you know, yellow lines. Maybe I'm the weird one who has suddenly become colorblind. It's possible.
Well, it's okay. I caught a purple wire thinking it was red the other day. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes.
And mine didn't cost the lives of thousands.
Well, mine didn't either, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You know, just because you think that the explosion didn't happen here doesn't mean that the explosion didn't happen elsewhere.
That was weird. It wouldn't allow me to dive for a second, though.
So you do have fire breath underwater with the super flame, because let's say that it gets so hot it creates a bubble of air around it. That's how it works.
Right. It's complete nonsensical, non-scientific bullshit, of course, but I'll live.
I mean, how do you think people weld underwater? Although that uses a slightly different type of heat, but that's neither here nor there. We're not here to talk science, we're here to talk purple dragons.
Well, purple dragons are a sort of science. Bring back dragons 2020.
You know, that's the next thing we need for 2020, is just for there to be a scientist to go, yep, dragons are real, and they're mad. And it's like, at that point, we would just accept it. We'd just be like, that's another thing on the pile. Whatever.
But soon enough, we'll get a race that doesn't hate us.
I mean, we got aliens. Like, we got UFO stuff, and nobody even cared. Everyone was just like, I don't care. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. Sad face. There we go.
There's the last one. Very nice, just as the timer's running out.
Not my best run of that, but whatever works.
This is Advisor Gromit. Where's Wallace?
Crackers. That's his famous catchphrase.
I think that was my first exposure to British culture as a kid.
It's not too far off the mark, to be quite honest with you.
Like, I'm thinking, and I'm like, because I watched those VHSs so much, and I remember thinking, well, why do they speak like that? That's a bit strange. And I then quickly realized, oh, they're not us.
They're not us. Mother, change the channel.
Take this VHS out. I cannot look at them.
At the top of this ladder, who wants to make soup out of our turtles?
Well, we're not going to be able to do this one, sadly. Alas for poor Anton.
Never had turtle soup. Gonna be honest, kinda want to try it.
I always thought it was just like pea soup with another name.
No, it's made with turtles. Usually not served in a shell as they are in TV shows, but hey, that's fine.
Now there are some more gems that I can't get, so we'll get this thing here and then we'll leave.
And the nice thing is, the warp is very easy. You can just, in the hub world, just go to the main menu and just literally click on a world, get there instantly, so it won't even take too long. And without doing the side objectives, the worlds are short. You can get through, you can blitz through them fast, so, while you will have to escort the babies again, it won't be much.
Please take this talisman as a token of our gratitude.
I will indeed. It's another one of our babies, encased in gold.
This was the trouble child, so you can take him.
Our first child. Bitch. Bitch the bastard. Right, let's go. Oh, they're being nice. Wait, what? No! Oh. He hit the water hard, but he's fine. In the original, I'm pretty sure they didn't show him swimming away.
I think you're super right. I think he hit the water and then that was it. Oh man, child murder, isn't it always funny?
They just took away a bit of the mean spirit in this, and it's like, if you don't like that, it's fine. It's whatever to me. It's just a funny gag in the original that you can always go back to. Alright, now we got Horicos coming up. Let's go.
Horicos' name is interesting because it's like, a lot of them are very simple sort of names, like, you know, a place, you know, a descriptor and a place name, but this one it's like, no, this is Horicos. It's the windy city, I guess.
There's a lot of windmills here, I'll grant you that. There's a Tom Kenny character right ahead. Not him. Him.
I think those guys translated really well into the remake. They look almost the exact same, actually, just with a bit more sparks on them.
Bullying. Why were they even here? Were they like here to like do a maintenance job and then just got bored?
Yeah, that's about right for a maintenance worker.
Jesus.
Don't worry, I was a maintenance worker once, I can say that.
Had trouble with the gear grinders, but now they've set up force fields to separate us. If you find diodes, you can use them to turn off the force fields.
You got it.
I think
He's an
there's a
Electrol.
diode
Oh,
around
that's
here
adorable.
somewhere,
It's a good
but
little
my
name. I like
eyesight
it.
isn't what
It's
it
kind of an
used to
inspired design, honestly. Alright, we got us a diode. Diode go. Whirr. Oh, we got the robots. You gotta charge them.
This here, actually, these guys are the inspiration for Ratchet and Clank.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so it's a purple guy with the, or rather, a purple, that's not purple, an orange, I might be colorblind, an orange guy with a wrench, with a little robot partner. So they, they looked at that and they said, hey, why don't we turn that into Ratchet and Clank? And then, they heavily redesigned them, but you can see where the inspiration sort of came from.
Well, the gameplay inspiration, I think, came from a character in the third game, if I'm correct.
Possibly.
We'll deal with that when we get to Year of the Dragon, which, yes, will also be coming this year, so look forward to that.
So I guess the Year of the Dragon is 2020, which explains a lot.
Yeah, it sure does. Oop, there we go.
I like how killing the robot gives you a soul, which has some implications.
Well, I'd say Clank had a soul.
Clank did. But then that makes you think, like, what about that little toy robot you had as a kid? Did that have a soul?
All of them had souls, mate. There's not much up for debate here. You're a terrible person for throwing away your toys.
Oh man, there was a day when my mom was like, today's the day you're growing up, we're throwing away your toys. And I think back on that day with, like, trauma, because a lot of those toys now I would kill to still have. I had all of the Digimon Tamers Digimon that were like the Transformers. They were so cool.
Oh, I'm sorry, right?
Oh, it's okay. I'll just do what I do now and rebuy them as an adult now that I have money.
Yes, we've got to have money for crap. Well, I say crap in the loose sense. It's more like stuff, really.
No, it's crap. Every time it's a new package, my family's like, well, what crap have you bought this time? And I'm like, haha, Saber figure, go on shelf.
Oh, Tanner. Well, I gotta give you a commitment to your waifu for, better or worse, I suppose.
Look, it's my first waifu and it's the one I've committed to.
Oh boy, one-itis. That's a warning sign. That's a big old red flag right there. There you go, one of those. I'm not sure if we can get 100% here. I think we can.
I'm pretty sure we can. I remember getting 100% in this world as a wee lad, though that might have been later also. I'm speaking out my butt.
Impressive, though. Not many people can do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you can't see me on camera, so how do you know I'm not?
True. It might be like Cell in that regard. Terrifying. This place is chill. It's not a very interesting level, but I love the aesthetic to it.
I found, if I'm remembering, I've actually found the aesthetic a lot more menacing in the original. I think it was quite a bit darker, and there was occasional thunder. So it was a bit more like a heavier rainstorm, as opposed to, a nice little summer shower.
Well, at least they added a rainbow. That's nice.
Yeah, like that's a perfect example of that. Also, hey, a Doctor Who reference?
There you go. Oh, we have so many souls in our possession now.
Mm-hmm. Use those to power up the power-up portal.
Yep. Or, activate the soul cannon.
Oh, that'd be rad.
I was going to reveal that, like, after the Super Nintendo Fun, where, after saying thank you for all the donations to Child's Play, we take everyone who's watching Soul. But now the cat's out of the bag, so.
You know what? Sometimes you got those things you want to reveal, even though you should keep them a secret.
Take it as a reward.
Give me that sweet talisman, baby. Yeah. Oh, I love the animation for the exit ball.
Yeah, it's real nice. It's better than it just coming out of the ground like nothing. In fact, in the original, they literally just keep the portal to the end under the ground. So if you find yourself under the level in some way, you can just fly through it because it's just right there.
So this is what it's activated. We have a thing. Go whir.
Yeah, so essentially, these ones don't give you like a timer-based power-up. They just give you a run as soon as you get through it, and your job is to hopefully know where to go and run there.
Don't worry, it's all coming back to me now.
You can see a dude with an orb up there. It is nice that they clearly show like which NPCs have orb quests by having them above their heads. It is quite a good thing.
That's a quality of life feature.
I think that might have been in the original, but obviously with more draw distance, you can see them a bit further.
Yeah, for sure. Well, this one's kind of hard because I got a bank right. There we go.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
Spyro, do you see that big building over there? The gear grinders are using it to steal our electricity.
Oh no,
Help us
electricity in
shut
someone
down
else's
the
hands.
inside.
Not a monopoly. That's just terrible.
And Spyro's like, have you considered doing solar power? And they're like, get out of our world. Get out.
Look at the sky, Spyro. We get sun here like 3 times a year.
Actually, that's a misconception about solar panels. A solar panel will work as long as there is any light at all. It doesn't have to be direct sunlight. So in this case, the fact that it is, bright out at all would be enough to power it.
Well, I've been told by a fucking nerd.
I prefer grade 5 teacher, thank you.
Good on you, mate. Good on you for teaching people.
Or at least trying to in these times.
Yeah, teaching people not to fuck with you. Oh, square up, cunt.
Dang.
There you go.
Spyro, you have done well so far. You could have this little trinket for good luck.
You're playing the game. Here you go, play it some more.
Just ask.
It's like the toads in Peach's castle that are just like,
Just take this for talking to me.
Oh, it's Mario. Here you go.
The next glides get tricky.
Yeah,
You'll
don't
have to
worry.
use your
I remember this. I have vivid
control
memories of falling off these
action
fans.
button during a glide to hover and get extra height.
So another thing is the hover glide is also really good to like cancel your momentum.
Yes.
So if you're like, oh no, I'm gonna overshoot it, you can use that because it cancels it there. 5-star difficulty, huh? I don't remember it being that difficult, but maybe.
You've remembered how to do the Shin Hadouken. It's gonna test you. Yeah.
You know what? I bet you this was really difficult, again, on like the early advent of 3D platforming, but nowadays it's like we look at that and we go, peh, I can do that. I've played through Mario Galaxy all the way.
Weak. Weak and pathetic. Oh, jeez. Almost lost my cool there.
So I think one difference from the original is that there was more little like intersections here, and if you were to go into them, you could actually kind of go into the level in different ways, whereas this is a bit more like the walls are more solid.
Oh, you giant pussy, let me do it. There you go. Now no one gets the electricity.
Here, I found this stuck between the gears. You can have it if you want.
More orbs for Spyro.
So wait, if that was stuck between the gears, how is the factory running?
I'm gonna have to go back in time and bitch out Insomniac about that one, mate. It's gonna happen. Alright, follow the sparks. He knows the way to treasure.
He is a good little radar friend.
He is.
And I said Sparks radar earlier, and that legitimately sounded like some type of real thing that exists.
Okay, yeah, I think I saw one while I was traversing the things. Here we go. More, you say?
Yep. Seems like we just got a little bit more.
Oh yeah, because there's an area over here.
You are right that now that I'm looking at this through a more completionist lens, not having the count go up is quite bad. Oh, I remember this one.
Oh boy, here we go.
Remember this one giving me trouble as a kiddo.
Gear grinder thieves keep taking our lightning stones. If you can replace them all and activate our generator, I'd be very grateful.
We'd also appreciate the ethnic cleansing, Spyro. How is this one 4 but the other one's 5?
Again, it might just be the fact of, early platforming. I remember one problem I had with this was the fact that the lightning stones here in the original were actually very difficult to see. They were really small and didn't glow as much. So because of that, there was the problem of just finding them.
Yes, they were very dull blue, actually.
Yeah, and they kind of blended in with the ground. They didn't glow as much.
Right, yeah, I think we can move over here now. I seem to recall there being an alarm and whatnot, but I don't think it's gone off yet.
Yeah, I think it's when one of them steal one of yours, because they do go around and they do try and steal them. Yeah, when you put them in, it draws them out, and then you burn them to a crisp.
Ah, like poisoned from a wound.
Oh, I see one of them running around over there.
You motherfuckers, get back here.
Thankfully, they are large and very purple, which is a good color to see across green.
You lads are taking your sweet time here, I gotta say.
I remember in the original, they spawned in quite a bit quicker.
And again, there's like no alarm here. Oh, I wonder why they changed though.
Maybe it scared the kiddos too much.
Maybe it was actually quite aggressive. Oh my god, it was quite aggressive, I have to say.
Is there even a fail state for this?
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, because I thought I remember there being a fail state, but if there's not, and if they just kind of go around, maybe it wasn't as scary as I thought. Maybe I think it was just with the atmosphere too. Because like I said, the atmosphere was spookier, and then you got the alarms, so like that might have just was a bit too much for wee Tanner.
Wee Tom 64 had his share of frights. It's okay, mate. We'll get through this.
There's one in an upcoming level that was like the scariest thing for me, and then I learned it's like such a nothing thing later.
Well, your mind plays tricks on you when you're a kid, because like you don't know the context of the outcome.
It was also the fact that like this and Mario 64 were my first kind of 3D games that I played, and as such, it's just there's so much more that can happen in 3D. Things can come towards you, and that concept was too scary. The fact that, you can't just run left and right, they could also come towards the TV.
Exactly, yeah. Come on, Spyro, work with me here. You want that vacation as much as I do, mate.
Kind of wild he puts these clearly electric orbs in his mouth.
Well, I think you get electric breath in not Year of the Dragon. That's the good one. Enter the Dragonfly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could see that. That seems about right for, that game's level of creativity.
Hey, come on. Man.
Honestly, I know nothing about that game other than the fact you can beat it in 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Oh, almost done.
One more. And then these disgusting purple creatures will leave this world.
Thanos' bastards.
A little bit. Except a little bit more pimply and less of a strong chin. These are the virgin versions.
That's why they're acting out, mate. Come on. I feel like there's a lot more stones than there used to be.
Yeah, that too. I don't remember there being as many. But again, played it when I was 7. Well, and then the marathon, but... I switched off with my friend Adrian, who played this game more than me, because he had a PlayStation.
Well, there you go. Pass the book. That's what you gotta do. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that.
No, did you hear me denying it?
No, I did not. Okay. Yep. Yeah, look, there's like a few more here.
Yeah, huh. I think there's one that you missed behind you. It's like kind of like the intersection of those two.
Okay.
So you'll get that when you go back to get the other one.
So yeah, a bit lengthy and not super fun, if I'm honest.
Yeah, this one is not one that I super enjoy. I think it's because there's not a ton. I'd much prefer short skill-based than long stamina-based.
Tanner has no stamina, that's what he's saying here.
For sure.
God damn it, Spyro. By which I mean me and my terrible non-dragon reflexes.
It's okay, you were doing some ludonarrative dissonance. You're not playing as Spyro, you're playing with Spyro.
I found this shiny thing mixed up with our lightning stones.
God, can you imagine if they stole an orb?
Reward.
Jesus. Swing. There we go. Nice. Alrighty, we got all the orbs. Right, treasure. Where are we going?
No, we got it all. 100% level complete.
Well, diggity damn. Exit the level. So I guess I was wrong when I said Horror Coast can't be 100%ed along with Summer Beach or whatever. Oh, Grug? Look at Feg. Grug what Feg? Oh? Oh no! Grug get comeuppance.
Grug get punished for being working class.
Oh, Grug has been cancelled. It's ridiculous. Absolutely absurd.
So I think next up is the Speedway, if I'm correct.
Oh yes, I like the Speedways. Because I'm a freak.
There is a secret...
I know.
There is
I
an
know.
orb in it. So that was something that as a kid when I learned, I was like, what? Because doing the Speedway itself was already, like, ridiculously hard for little baby Tanner. But then learning there's something to get in it? Huh?
What? Sup, Laura?
Nice work, Spyro. The orbs you're carrying have activated the special portal.
I'd also blown Hunter to the next realm. You might want to go check on him when you're able.
Fun.
Hunter flying through the world screaming.
Ocean Speedway. Oh. Easy enough to start with. Then they get harder.
Last one being quite tricky, I recall.
The brave taste of tea. That's right, I said brave. So we start with the rings and whatnot, because of course. So, regale me. Tell me tales of young Tanner trying his best at the Ocean Speedway.
I completed it like once. I was very happy when I did that. You know, I got that euphoric sort of Dark Souls level, like, oh my god, I accomplished this task. For the most part, I would just hand it over to one of the older kids at my babysitters and just go, can you do this for me, please? And he'd be more than happy to. I remember that kid's name, and I think about it now, and I'm like, I can't believe this was a name someone actually gave their child. His name was Blaze.
Huh.
And he was like a skater kid, and like, looking back, he's the coolest dude I've ever known. This skater dude named Blaze.
That is pretty cool.
Like, I wish I was that cool. I do remember, though, one of the things that I did here quite a bit was, because you go up and, yeah, there's the people up here, and I remember seeing them there and just being very surprised that there was, you know, so many of these characters. That actually remind me quite a bit of the mermaid people in Mario Odyssey now.
Yeah, a little bit. There you go, first try.
There you go.
And now we retry, because we have to go find the NPC who has the test, the challenge.
Yeah, and they are clearly labeled, though, as we saw as we flew by them here. I don't recall them being labeled in the original.
I guess now you think you're pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty epic.
Let's see if you're as good as the current champion.
Fish tits.
Woohoo!
I'm just saying, man.
All right, Spyro, meet the course champion. In order to win the race, you must fly through all the rings. But beware, if Hunter flies through a ring first, the ring will start to shrink.
I don't think that's really a race. It's more like an obstacle course.
Yeah, we need Dr. Eggman in here to tell you what a race is like.
What? He's caught up. Spyro, wait for me.
I was more going with, it's a special kind of race to show who's the fastest.
No, it's not even that gruff. It's like, it's more childlike. It's not just a race, but a special race to see who's the fastest.
Ridiculous. What a good game.
I enjoyed our time in Zero Gravity. I'm not sure about the original.
I like them both quite a bit. I'm still never ever gonna play Free Riders, though.
Yeah, same. Dum-de-dum. It was kind of relaxing, really.
Yeah. This is a nice little... Like, they made it sound like you could get to the rings faster, but it doesn't seem like you can. It seems like he just constantly flies kind of ahead of you.
Also, how is he propelling this jetpack exactly?
They're clearly dragon wings that he's, like, mechanically made.
I think Spyro's gonna have to choke a bit over cultural appropriation here.
My people are not a costume.
Well, maybe the dragons are just extinct in Avalar, because, like, everyone present when Spyro appeared seemed surprised.
Maybe. You know what? I'm going to give a Google to see if there is some interesting information about whether Avalar is another world or, you know, a different place. Let's see here.
Great job, Spyro. That was
Apparently it
some
appears in
excellent
Spyro Shadow Legacy. What is that?
That's one of the games later that we don't really talk about.
Oh, it's a DS game.
Oh, I think I know that one. I think that's actually not bad.
Yeah, it's apparently based on the original continuity, even though the remake or the reboot was happening.
Shame.
Doesn't seem to be any actual things stating that if it's a real other world or if it's another one.